Lax. Wow. I mean, is it going to be one of those seasons where we're going to have a heart attack every game? I don't know what I've seen. I mean, it is... Wow, I'm just completely speechless at the moment. Oh, God. Okay. Well, let's get into the game then. In terms of the way we started the game, I think Newcastle were completely dominating us and onto us from the get-go. And I think it was also what was sort of being said and, you know, to the crowd beforehand, the big banners that were put up, like, you know, let's go for it. So in their heads, and even the players and the fans, they were going into a battle, into a war. And I think we felt that right from the get-go. Couldn't find our feet, really struggled in the opening 20 minutes, which you are at St James's Park. It's a cauldron of noise and passion and just the fans. So you got to expect that you're not going to go over there and turn a team like Newcastle over. But I didn't expect us to be that weak in the first half. And then, yeah, we go ahead and, you know, we do a smash and grab. Gravenberch cuts in and absolutely, scores a goal out of nowhere. So then there we are. We're thinking, wow, you know, this is perfect. And then obviously Gordon goes ahead and gets sent off. And then we're thinking, that's perfect. Now we can go into the second half and... What are your thoughts?
Oh no, it's a lot to take in from the game. So I'm gonna highlight a few things. Obviously, firstly, yeah, terrible challenge from Gordon. Should deserve the red card. Disgusting, if anything. I think you shouldn't. Any sort of striker in that sort of momentum as well. He knew exactly what he was doing. So I think that was well done. Considering you've had bad VAR already in the last game, right? We saw what happened with the handball in the Bournemouth game, but well done for the VAR getting the decision correct this time. Goal out of nothing with Gravenberch. Good to see Ekatike again as well. He's been absolutely wonderful. I think he's very good on the sort of the snapshot. He's getting a good bit link-up play with Gakpo as well. And then obviously Rio, fantastic. I think it was great to see those substitutes happen. For me, though, a lot of downsides. Biggest downside for me is the physicality of the squad right now. Konate was getting bullied. Kerkez, again, another poor game, unfortunately, in my opinion. I think he needs to be bringing a lot more physicality to his game. The Bruno Guimaraes goal was just
It was a joke.
He wasn't even looking at the ball. He just let him climb over him. Even the goal for Olusa, I believe. Osula. Sorry, apologies for mispronunciation of his name. But again, it was just a little flick on from Burn again. Like, we are a physically strong side, but it just looked like we were relying on Van Dijk half the time. Alisson, again, fair play. What a keeper we have there. He did. I think, enough the things we needed of him. I think, God, if we had anyone else in goal, we'd probably be a lot more scared in that regard. But yeah, it's funny because we're being obviously touted to be this control football underslot, the Dutch total football that we all been expected, and it's just not been going that way, unfortunately. I think a lot of the games have just been very cat-dog chasing about sort of thing, and the defence is very leaky. My concern is, we've got Arsenal next now, so are we going to do something similar? We're still scoring 2 goals a game, which is brilliant, which is fantastic. At least we're scoring. We're not struggling to score, but we can't just keep leaking goals at this rate.
No, and I think that's the biggest issue, I think, for me, is just how easily we concede goals. Kerkez, like you said, was just a little bit... I mean, why you got your back towards the player and not even jumping for the ball and trying to do like a grab from the back, you're never getting a foul for that. And obviously the second goal, I mean, our line was so high, so we gave them enough space to sort of be able to run onto the ball and score. I mean, we could be doing better. But for me, I think it's still early days with these new players. Still need time to bed in. I still think there's still connections that still need to be made. Salah was pretty much out of the game for the best part, except for the assist he did. And that's why we need him, because he can find those sort of balls in those sort of situations. And again, for Szoboszlai, I think he had a really good game. It's hard when you have to sort of cover in the back. But then obviously when he moved back into the middle, you sort of saw his sort of engine really coming to the front, and then just to be able to sort of let the ball kind of trickle past him and dummy it and allow Rio to then just bury it, and that's a lot of pressure for a young kid. But I think this kid can just go from strength to strength, and wow, I mean, thinking of it now, it's an amazing to have that reaction. We jumping up and down, screaming like there's no tomorrow. You know, if we were 3-0 up and then, you know, we conceded 2 late goals, we probably would be more disappointed. But I think at the moment we're just ecstatic, and it's just amazing. And to be honest, it's 3 points on the board. But there's still a lot of work to be done.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to, special shout out to Szoboszlai. Fair play to start the game at right back, still do the whole 90 minutes, and to know with the dummy to Rio behind him, to know there's that he's just turning 17. They just said in the next couple of days, to know that you're going, you know what, I'm going to give this confidence to the player behind me. He's just come on for his Premier League debut as well, so that's brilliant by Szoboszlai. He's really showing himself, I think, as that player we can rely on. He's a very good utility player. We mentioned about who would be playing right back to in this game. There were a lot of players who were probably a bit just out of touch and didn't provide enough in the game, right? Salah, I love him to bits because he will always do something like that, right? I think probably maybe not what you wanted out of the full 90 minutes, but he did that against Bournemouth. He didn't have anything and then got a goal. And today he got himself an assist. So there is positives, don't get me wrong. Like you said, I'm really happy for 3 points on the board. Keeps up us in pace with Arsenal, because we beat Arsenal on Sunday, then that's us 3 points clear. But again, it's just, there's something not, if it's the physicality of where we are at the moment, is there still more gelling to be done? There are still, like I said, these things. I think it's the right back, left back situation. I think you saw it again today with Szoboszlai playing at right back. You'd cut inside, come into the midfield, right? Bradley would then come on and you'd do a bit more of a wider play, right? Kirkes isn't being told to do that either. So I think Slott's got to think about what exactly he wants to do with the fullbacks moving forward. I mentioned this at last week's game as well. So hopefully he's looked at it in that game. And then I think, to be fair, like, to give those players credit to come on and go, you know what, go for it, see what we can do. And the fight is always there with Liverpool. It might be stressful, but we're always there to fight.
And also just to know that we can come back into games. So it's a sign of champions that you can be leading and then sort of lose momentum throughout the game and then and still sort of nick it at the end. That is, I mean, you would expect one or two of those sort of games a season where, you know, you think you've just got the point, or you've even lost a game, and then you go away and you've won the game, and you think, wow, if moments like that define what it means to go for the championship and the title. So the fact that we've got it in the opening two games, and dare I say it, we've had 2 game of the seasons already. If anyone's tuning in, last Friday would have absolutely loved it, and it was a great advert for the Premier League. And again tonight, you know, all eyes on it, under the lights, St James Park, the crowd, the passion, the players, you know, just everything. It had raw emotion.
Yeah, this is where the subs have their say. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, share, and we'd love to hear your feedback, guys.